And we are live. Hello, hello. And we have our wonderful guests, the delightful, the incredible, the effervescent, the eternally beautiful,
Thank
the
you.
Brooke Ashley. First off, I love your name, the Brooke
Oh, thank you.
Ashley.
Thank you
And
so
as
much.
someone who has three first names, Alexander, Diane, Rodgers, like, I get it. I get it. And if I could have been the Dan Rodgers, I would have been. I'm like, I should have put a the in there. Damn it. The Brooke Ashley. And we are here to talk about the business of Bravocon. And and here is Erin, our wonderful co-host. Hello, hello. We are all together and we are going to talk about the finances of Bravocon. So first off, we had a wonderful pre-chat, and Brooke told me there were how many people at Bravocon?
25,000 people attended Bravocon.
Everybody pull your phone out. Get your phone out, get your calculator app open. In the words of Lisa Left Eye Lopez, get ready to do your math. We gonna do math right here, right now. So 25,000 people.
Yep.
Let's say it together. 25,000. 25,000. At a minimum of $500 a head.
600.
Taxes and fees, ladies and gentlemen. Taxes and fees. Let's talk about it. So let's say, okay, so we're going to do 25,000. So we're going to say 20,000 were general admission and 5,000 were VIP.
Okay.
Would you say that's a fair assessment?
I would say.
Play with the numbers. Play with the numbers.
Maybe I felt like it was $750 in VIP.
7,500 in VIP.
Yeah, I felt
okay.
Right. I don't know.
When we saw that Beverly Hills panel, I would agree with you.
Yeah, it was a pack. It was all the rows were filled. There was an empty seat. Sure. If I had to.
So, let's see, 7,500. Let's just do the 7,500 right now.
Okay,
let's start with that. 7,500 times. What were the VIP ticket prices? Oh, $1,200 for 3 days. So 7,500 times 1,200.
I know, right? I just did that math. I'm like, okay, wow.
That's $9 million. Is my math wrong?
No, it's not.
Is my math wrong?
Nope.
It said $9 million off of just the VIP. Let's say it together. 9 million off the VIP. And this is why I felt free to ask whatever I needed.
Yes.
I felt very free because I paid.
Yes.
I felt very free to have that look on Kyle's face. And ooh, she looked at me and you know she wanted to say the N-word. You know she And I'm not calling her racist. I am not calling her racist. I'm not. But that look on her face, this. I know that we know that head nod. We know that head nod. And I will say it was worth it. It was worth every penny.
Well, you know she wasn't going to say the F word now that she's joined your club. Hello, Mr. Brooke Ashley, the doll. Just want to say hello. I was getting a kid home from school, so I'm sorry I jumped on late, but I'm here to just take notes. You know what I mean? I'm here to learn.
And also, you are here because you're funny.
I try.
You succeed. Now, Teddy tries to be interesting.
Oh.
And fails.
That's why we're going to get a shirt that says, "Stop trying to make fetch happen." for
just
$9
realized
million?
I always wanted to be in the Mean Girls movie, and now I am.
You really are, because that was like, the crowd lost their minds. And I told you, my mama was a fan, because the women that do not like Teddy really feel like you are their champion.
Yes.
They do. They want to know why Teddy's being forced upon them as well.
I love that, like, there are so many different video versions of me asking that
Yes.
question. And now there's one circulating where you can hear Garcelle say, yes, I'd like to know that too. And I'm like, wait, I'm sorry. Garcelle agreed with me?
Yes.
Garcelle knows that I exist and agreed with me?
You're big time.
Of course. Because she's...
I just went to have a moment. I didn't know.
Karen dropped the mic with the Mia question. I mean, But listen, like you just calculated, for that amount of money, you can ask whatever question you like.
As long as it's not rude or disrespectful.
Right.
And because there was one person there that was rude and disrespectful, and he was edited out.
Was it at the Atlanta panel?
Yes, that drunk guy.
Yes. When he asked Candy.
And that's why they probably stopped having free drinks.
Well, I still feel like they need to have free drinks with the cost of the tickets, especially with VIP. So, I mean, regardless, you should at least get 1 or 2 free drink tickets, I think, for everybody.
I would say that, like, you need 2 welcome cocktails. Absolutely. Everybody should get 2 welcome cocktails.
Absolutely.
And I have to say, shout out to Lisa Barlow, who had those free Vita tequilas.
Yes. And the Frosties from Wendy's.
And the Frosties weren't bad either. And also, that's a big brand deal.
Yeah, huge brand. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I may not agree with Lisa Barlow not nourishing her family. I don't agree with not, like, I make sure Pete gets some. Bronx gets some vegetables. I am truly a pet parent because I cannot keep the name of my kids straight. Where are you? Okay, good. You're over there. It's like whenever there's a split second, I forget I have a dog. I'm like, wait, where is he? After years of not having one, you're like, oh, that's right. I have a child. And it's funny. My mom told me, like, when she first had me, like, she's like, oh yeah, I have this new baby, yada yada. I'm really happy with you. I went up to go to the store one day, got myself all ready, got in the car, got good down the driveway, and then she said, I stopped before I hit the street. I stopped, and she's like, I have a child. I cannot just do this anymore. And so then she ran back, and I was a very happy baby. So I was just sitting wherever she had left me, just as happy as I could be. She was like, now I got to put you in your snowsuit. So we went to the store for 2 minutes.
Oh, Alex, I saw somebody ask, one of my subscribers, hey, Asatu, she's asking what a Frosty is. So a Wendy's Frosty is like a milkshake. They're really good. And people like put fries in them. They're really good. If you like Wendy's, Frosties are so good. And hey, guys, I can see all you guys in the chat. Hey, Binky Rocka. Hey, it's Latasha. Hey, Be More Shoddy. Hey, y'all. Hey, Hap Dollars. How are you? I can see what you guys are saying. I'm happy you guys are here.
I want to tell everybody, you need to have a French fry and a Wendy's Frosty.
They're delicious.
You need to have one. You haven't lived until you've had that experience.
Yep.
It sounds crazy. It's amazing. It's like French fries and mayonnaise. It sounds horrible until you have it and you're like, oh, actually, this is not bad.
It's good.
It's something worth trying. Even if you're like, no, just give it a shot, because there's a high enough odd that it'll surprise you and it won't disgust you so much that you'll, like feel like you ate bad tuna. So just give it be adventurous with this one.
Hey, Chris. Chris is in the chat.
Hey Chris. Taking a break from Potomac.
Yes.
Child, we will get to those heifers in a minute. But actually, no, we'll get to Ashley's Snuffleupagus wig right now. Now, before we get into the business of Bravocon, let's talk about the people that were paid to be there and how they showed up looking.
Who would you say were like you were most impressed by their fashion presentation, and who were you least impressed by, or horrified at?
I was we have to think about first the money. We have to think about first the money. When you are dealing with women or humans, let's not gender this. Let's not gender this. When you are dealing with a human being that is making at least $400,000 a year after taxes, with all of the brand deals, the show income, your husband's money, you got $400,000 to play with after taxes. I've never seen $400,000.
No, don't claim that. Words are powerful, Alex.
No. I said I've never seen. That's past.
Okay.
And the truth. I ain't seen that yet. I'm gonna throw that yet in. But as someone who don't have $400,000 a year after tax income, let's talk about that. That after your bills is paid, that's just play around money. That's Sutton money. Well, Sutton gets $300,000 a month. We'll get to that in a minute. I can't give you any grace because you have not just money, but access. Designers want you to wear their items because they know you'll be able to sell their products. So you can get free things that a normal person like myself has to pay for through the nose and the anus. They get money out of every orifice they can out of me. I swear sometimes they try to get some money out the ear. So I was disappointed in everyone but Karen. Now, Karen Huger, she gave me Sade. She gave me effortless style. I'll say Sutton's diamonds. That I was impressed with Karen, her presence. And then she had these beautiful earrings. And I have that little clip where she said, oh yeah, I got these in Nice when, me and Ray celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. And also shout out to Karen for knowing how to hold on to a man. She said, I'm getting widow money, so help me God. She might not be on my 18-month plan, but she's like, I ain't gonna end up like Erica Jane. So I would say Sutton I was the most impressed with because she had on $2.7 million worth of jewelry if she had on a penny. Penny. That necklace, oh my God, you saw that necklace in real life. It was gorgeous. Oh, it's like pictures cannot justify, pictures cannot express. There is not 1,000 words that can show you the fire of that diamond. Oh my, and it was each and every single one. Every diamond on her neck was an engagement ring.
Yes.
I could live at the Palace Hotel for the rest of my life and I wouldn't come close to 2 of those stones.
Oh, and I bet on that skinny little neck, they look even bigger. Her neck's like her ankles.
And then she had a bracelet. That bracelet had to be another 1.7. I mean, like, you had to see the jewels in real life.
I thought Kyle looked really good in person. She had come into the lounge at one point. She looked really good. She had a really good red dress on. The jewelry was perfect. It was on Saturday. She looked really good. I also thought that I thought Wendy looked pretty. I thought did great. Karen looked really good. The shirt with the skirt, the sequin skirt,
yes,
Valentino platforms. That was perfect. Like, and the hair was perfect. She looked good. And that was the day that you met her. She looked gorgeous. But I felt like there were definitely some standouts. I feel like Ashley was everything was just so busy. I thought that I didn't love the look.
This is Ashley's look.
I didn't love.
Right. Hold on. It was a little poofier up here. Why she had 2 wigs on.
Yeah, but the dress though, I thought the dress was busy. It wasn't a cohesive look. I thought that Charisse looked better than she's looked in the past.
Right. Okay. So passing grade now, maybe.
Wait, we got a shout out to Forest Rocks. Honk, honk, honk. Honk, honk, honk. Charisse was the thorn in my Bravocon. The second she came over, I said, all right, time to leave. Toodaloo. If Charisse came into my building, I would move. It's curdled.
Oh, I thought Dr. Simone looked good.
And she has some misses too, so that's good to know.
Yeah, Dr. Simone got a new stylist. I thought that she
yes.
No, I'm not being shady. She had this gorgeous olive green jacket, and then she had the skirt and the heels. I thought the outfit was one of the best she's ever put on.
That's great. No, I love her. This is America, and I have choices is like one of my favorite. I just love when she starts screaming. So I was happy to hear that she looked good. No, I love her. And I saw your interview with Dr. Wendy. I just have to say the two of you together, so sharp. The two of you together. Her and that magenta. Yes. So yeah. Anyway, that was duly noted. That was definitely a highlight because the two of you together she looked great. I will say Wendy was notably, the woman knows how to wear color.
Yes, she does.
Doesn't he? Yes.
And the yellow that she had on the first day was pretty too.
Yes. She's always so striking to me. Yeah. Yes.
Wendy is a true natural beauty, and the girls are jealous of her.
And
that's just it's the end of the story.
End of the story. Period. The end.
And this is from someone that met Giselle, and I would tell that to her in her face. You're jealous of Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
So
because Wendy's husband actually lives with her and not in her phone.
Yes. So is there anyone that stood out to you? I didn't understand the bangs on that one wig that Ashley had. I really didn't. That was one that you kind of think you had on your head. I just really didn't understand.
I can explain it. Those weren't bangs. Those were valances from the 90s. Remember window valances from the 90s?
Yes.
Honey, she was giving you J.C. Penney, I love your style. Now, if you remember that, that's when you'll know that why she had them bangs on. Those were window balance bangs. And I also think Ashley is upset with herself because she fucked up her own bag. Mm-hmm. She could have let her coot cheat in peace. But you had to upset the apple cart, and now you ended up with nothing.
Yeah, there does seem to be some real interest. There seems to be some real interesting motivations for how the state of her and Michael this season, for sure. But was there anybody else that stood out to you as like
Kenya
hot mess?
No. Kenya looked good. Kenya looked good. So you meaning good?
Mm-hmm.
No, great.
She did.
Yeah.
The blush kind of see through. Was it a blush color or like a? No.
It was like a dark. It wasn't. It was like a little darker than blush, but whatever. Yeah. The color was. She looked so beautiful, and you know who I thought looked good, even though I don't like her. I think she's so mean, but I thought that Marlo looked good. I saw Marlo.
Oh, yes.
Marlo had this like it was like a black strapless gown. And when I tell you, I said, you know how she said that she was on Ozempic, she wanted to get down to sample size? Mm-hmm. That Ozempic was Ozempicing.
Oh my goodness.
She got down to her goal weight. If that was she's like at least she looks like now she's like a 0.2. I mean, but the dress was gorgeous. She had her hair in like an updo. I know she did it differently for the panel, but she looked like she was going to a black tie gala.
Yeah.
I thought she looked good. I can't even, and I thought Erica Jane looked good, even though I think that she's a very vile person and
I
very.
think she needs 10 pounds. I was looking at some of the ladies, especially, and you know, I can say this, the white ones, that like the trend of Ozempic, you need 10 pounds back. Like Madison from Southern Charm, they caught like this side smile of hers, and I was like, ooh, it's too much. It's too hard.
She looked good on the first day when she she had the thigh-high boots on and that cute leather skirt and that olive green top. I thought that was a really nice look.
Well, I think I know which look you're talking about. Marlowe's. Didn't it have a sash on it too, or something like that in the back?
Ooh,
I don't know. And she had a couple of great looks. I do agree with you.
It's smaller than Kenya. Hey, Brown Sugar 222. That's a good question. I think she might be smaller than Kenya now, or maybe she's the same. Maybe she's the same size, but from what I saw, she's tiny now. I don't even know. I can't even compare. I don't even know. That's a good question.
I would say from when I saw Marlo in that fake Fendi coat, I know Canal Street knockoffs when I see one, and so do you. You tri-state girl, you know that coat was fake. It was fake. It was fugazi. It was as fake as Erica's love for her husband. It was fraudulent. It was Phaedra Parks. I wanted to hide my Social Security card when I saw that coat. It was a decent fake, but I was like, oh my God, the fabric, it just screamed poverty. The second I saw, I was like, oh, that's how you have money. You just wearing flea market fakes. It reminded me of when I was like maybe about 12 years old and I wanted a Tommy Hilfiger sweatsuit more than anything. And my mom was like, you grow every 10 minutes. I'm not wasting money on that. So she took my happy ass to the flea market and we got me a Tommy Hilfiger suit. Now I didn't know it was fake at the time. I was 12 years old. I didn't know any better. I wore that shit to school just as proud. That's what that coat reminded me of.
I'm screaming.
I'm sure my mother will when she sees this video, because she's going to be like, why are you telling people I bought you fake Tommy Hilfiger? Because you did. And I had to find out about it at the lunchroom. And that's what she was wearing, a flea market jacket that people talk about at the lunchroom. And welcome to the lunchroom. We having hot lunch today. But Marlo she was a lot smaller than I expected her to be. She has such a large, imposing presence. I expected her to be built like me.
She's tall with the heels. No, she is tall. That's a very tall woman.
I felt that she was going to be more Brienne of Tarth.
Okay. I guess. Well, now she's model thin the way she's always wanted to be. So.
And she's a beautiful woman. Like her face card cannot decline.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And you know who is really tall? I always forget. Wendy is really tall. People don't talk about how tall Wendy is. Wendy's at least 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, see, I'm 5'10", so 3-inch, which is, modest in a heel, and I'm already, you know what I mean? You put me in like a 4 or 5, and then it's like drag queen status.
I just love hearing y'all talk about these heights, and y'all think that's tall.
Oh no, you're right. No, Alex, you're so tall.
Yeah,
and then Chris is 6'7".
Yeah,
like Chris is taller than me. And now that you've seen us in real life,
yes,
you're like, oh, y'all are giants.
Oh, absolutely.
Was there anybody else or anything else that stood out to you during Bravocon?
Toya's waist.
Oh, I didn't see Toya.
I got to meet Toya because Toya's aunt is actually a fan of Pop Roast. and she beckoned me over. She was like, "We know who you are. We know who you are." And Toya and Eugene, oh my God, they were so nice. They were so welcoming. They were so friendly. And I got to talk. One, Eugene is a lot more attractive than he is on TV.
Oh, nice.
That is something that shocked me. A lot of these people looked way better, like Pavitt.
Yes.
Look way better in real life than they do on TV. On TV, Pavitt looks paunchy. In real life, I'm like, okay,
he's tall.
Yeah, look at that.
Got kids, so no.
He has great posture. He's very because on the show he kind of seems like he's like dowdy and he's kind of and he's unsure of himself. But in real life, he's like, oh, like I'm here. Like he was stand up, chest out and shoulders up. He was great posture. He's very nice. He's nice looking. In person, very complete opposite.
Really,
I love that. Let's get it out there because he did take a beating. I mean, he had his sex life out for everyone to examine. So I'm glad to hear that he's not so beaten down, that he can still go have a sandwich with pride.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Robin was better looking. Okay.
Wait, what? Who?
I said you said Robin was better.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
Well, I met Robin at last year's Bravocon. Robin looks good in person. She's also tall as well. Well, I saw her this year too, but this year I guess she was upset with me because they cut their photo op short when they saw me and my mom next in line. And I talked about it in my live, but
we have to shout out the Brooke Ashley's mother.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. I want to be her. She is Diane Carroll. She is Diane Carroll. The elegance, the grace, the poise, the kindness. Oh my God. I see why you are who you are.
Oh, thank you, Alex. That means a lot. Thank you.
She is and was so warm and so welcoming to me and so lovely. Oh my God.
Thank you.
And her outfits. And speaking of outfits, let's get to the business of Bravocon. So we know they made $9 million.
Just off of VIP alone.
Just off VIP. So that was the 7,000. Now let's do the math for the regulars.
Hey, Scotty. Scotty's in here.
Hey, Scotty.
Scotty by nature?
Yes.
And Scotty by
Hello.
Nature.
Yes,
We're
I
gonna
watch
be
him
doing
too.
something real soon with Scotty by Nature. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey guys, I see you in the chat. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I just don't want to be rude and like type. But I see you guys. So Steph. I see all y'all. Kate, Isa too. I see all y'all. I love you guys.
So let's see. 25 minus 7 gives us 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 18,000 times 500.
600.
600. 600. 600.
You keep forgetting.
600. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. So then they made another 10 million.
Yeah, 10,800.
10,800,000. Let's do the math. So, here you go. Here's my calculator. Math. So they made 20 million just off of us walking in the door.
Yeah, sure did.
And then we had to dress to impress. And I didn't have glam, but I tried to give myself a little glam. I spent enough.
Uh-huh.
On clothes. I mean, you're going on vacation, so you want to have something nice, but you're going to Bravocon where you're going to be photographed to death. You're going to be a part of the panel, whether you know it or not. So you don't want to look like you came into town on the egg money. And you saw there were some people there that looked like they came into town on the egg money.
Well, I wanted to ask that, especially to the Brooke Ashley, because you always appear like, Access Hollywood ready. You know what I mean? I saw you interview Andy Cohen. It's entertainment anchor ready, right? And so obviously that's an investment in your brand and your look. And Alex, I know we did a live on the things that you purchased and the outfits you put together so that when you were there, you were ready. Do you feel like maybe some advice out to fellow content creators that are contemplating investing in themselves and showing up there, right? Because there's the fan experience, and you guys can tell us like roughly what you think you will be spending to go enjoy Bravocon as a fan. But if you're a content creator that's contemplating going, because we all know Alex went viral, right?
Yep.
And with his moment, Paige
Yes.
picked him up and the world was like, yes. And the Teddy haters were very excited. But Alex was ready, right? And then Alex and Chris were also pulled aside for
the media room.
Right. Thank you. And I know you got a lot of footage out of it. I haven't seen where maybe other things were picked up, but I know that if you asked a question, you're then on Bravo. So what would you guys, dressing your best, is that something that you feel like is really worthwhile?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's just me in general. I like to look my best, even if I'm running errands. But I think that for a special occasion like this, especially for Bravocon, because they have the cameras rolling when you walk in through the conference center. They have the sign that says you will be filmed, and it might be put on TV, might be put on Bravo or Peacock. So you already know you're going to be filmed. They're filming you in the hallways. They're filming you and on the stages when you go there. So I feel like just because of that, obviously do what you want to do. But just with that alone, you want to look your best because of that. I think that it's a great investment. I mean, let's think about it. When you look good, you feel good anyway.
That is so true. And now, but also we have to be honest. You've never had a bad day in your life. You've never had a bad looking day in your life. Now, I'm sure we all had some storms. We all had some storms, but you never ever have looked like what you've been through. Now, some days I look like what I've been through, and that's why I'm not on camera. You have never, ever, ever. I can tell by your posture. The straightness of your spine, your poise, your chin always maintains level to the floor.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a truth. It's a truth.
Thank you. No, that's really sweet of you. But no, I think that if you if you do want to go, you will be investing in your appearance, clothes and all that. So that's definitely a pretty penny. But just FYI though, if you go, you have to be comfortable with wanting to be on TV and on the Bravo Instagram page, because they put a lot of people in the crowd on their Instagram page.
Right.
To think about.
Yeah, and they had a lot of stuff with like Wayfair and different sponsors where I saw them scanning the crowd, different things like that.
And thank you, Erin, for saying that, because now we need to go in. We're going to go hamburger, because there weren't any hamburgers. We were hungry.
I know.
Bad food.
It boggles my mind that Bravo is a part of NBC Universal, one of the biggest companies on the planet.
Yep.
And what did they serve us to eat? Well, they didn't serve anything. What did they overcharge us to eat?
The chips, bags of chips were $7, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no, you're not mistaken.
Right.
$7 for what used to be a 25-cent bag of chips. Now, I can go off on the fact that they should still be a 25-cent bag of chips. Potatoes don't cost no more to raise. I can put a potato in a glass in my window right now, right here, right now. I can make potato chips for less than $7.
I know. But they had the food station outside where they were selling sandwiches. But I just feel like if you had a VIP ticket, you should have gotten like a full spread, because in the VIP lounge last year, it was a free spread. They had sandwiches, chips, little bottles of Fiji water. This year, they didn't have that. They charged you for everything. And then you didn't even get a sandwich. But I feel like food-wise, they should do a bit better with that. I think that for the amount of money that people are paying, $600 for general admission, $1,200 for VIP,
Yeah.
should be a lot better. Just, you know, I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask.
No.
It's not. We went to that event hungry and we left hungry. Thank God they had that In-N-Out right across the
Yes.
right across
Oh, yeah.
the Caesars was, because that's where I ate. I took my happy little butt to In-N-Out, got myself some fries, a double with no lettuce, extra pickle, and a chocolate shake. And then the first day, everybody was like getting kind of checked in. Like that's when they were checking IDs. So like nobody was bringing food in on the first day. The second day, I walked in with my bag of food and they were fine with it.
Yeah.
Sunday, they said
good to know.
outside food in. And I'm like, well, you ain't got no food inside.
Oop.
You ain't got no food inside. And like, we watch the Housewives. We know, especially Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all couldn't get Smash Burger. Y'all, like, you had the deal with, you know, Wendy's and the Vita Tequila.
Yes.
Why couldn't you have some nuggets? Everybody loves a nugget. And everybody loves a nugget.
I agree. I think, no, they should
try. And that's why she's always upset and bitter, because she's vegan. And so you're not nourished.
That's a good point. I think maybe next year they should have food trucks, like a Wendy's food truck, an In-N-Out food truck.
Yeah.
That would be good if they keep it in Vegas, because that's a really good point. That would be fabulous.
I'm hugging you right now because, oh my God.
But they should do that next year for sure. Have a Wendy's food truck, In-N-Out food truck, several different food trucks, because they didn't really have the food that they did have. The line was way too long. And that was another thing that deterred you, because the line was too long. And then when you got up there, the selection wasn't that great. And then, it wasn't all around. The food was, I'd give them like 1 out of 10 for that.
Ooh, and they charge too much.
Was piss poor. And for $20 a plate.
Yes. Yeah.
And also everything there was $20. Every drink was, if the chips were $7, the drinks were $20.
Yep.
Well, I remember
tickets.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Next to a nice black. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. That's the thing with the delay in the live. Like, we will sometimes talk over each other. It happens. Thank God we were sitting next to this really nice black lady when we were at the Potomac panel, and she gave us some chips out of her purse, because you know, a 45-year-old black woman will have 4 different types of Lifesavers, 3 bags of chips, and either a ham or a turkey sandwich in her purse if somebody's hungry. My mom right now, I didn't talk to her today, so I don't know exactly, well, I know exactly where she is. Like, I can literally mentally locate her in my head. But she always will have a turkey sandwich and some sun chips, because she's like, I never know when Alex will pop up. I tried to surprise her one day, and she's like, you're my child. I knew you were going to pop up. Here's some sun chips. Because, you know, that's the quickest way to shut me up. Hand me some sun chips. The garden variety. I'm just, okay. I'll just get in the backseat of the Altima.
So, Alex, you went and took a little lunch break, you said to me, and ran over to the In-N-Out to grab food. And so maybe the recommendation from the experience that you guys had is, especially if they do again at Caesars, give yourself a minute to take a lunch break. I put that in air quotes, and go eat somewhere else, because it's not going to be worth it.
Well, you can't really do that, though, because with the timing of the panels, it's not like they give you a lunch break.
So you're going to sacrifice if you do.
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful point. They need to have a lunch break.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to have an intermission. They really do. Like, I was able to, like, I love these shows, but I can also check the hell out. And I was like, I'm actually in Vegas, and, you know, like, I lived in Vegas. I actually, like, it was my home for a minute. So I was just like, oh God, I'm back home. I miss the mountains. there's certain things that I like about Vegas, and I know I'm weird because everybody's like, you want to live there? Yeah, kind of.
But
but also y'all have seen me like film from the pool for 9 months, so I was happy.
Oh yeah. But I saw you guys in the chat asking about where it was. So Bravocon was held at Caesar's Forum. It's the convention center. So some people got confused and thought it was Caesar's Palace. So they had the after parties were at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant, and then one was at the Paris Hotel at her other restaurant. And then they filmed all the Watch What Happens live tapings at the Paris Theater in the Paris Hotel. So if you go next year, if it's in Vegas, it's at Caesar's Forum across from the Link Hotel, but it's not at Caesar's Palace.
Wow.
If I had known, oh God, if I had known, I would have stayed at the damn Link and called it a day.
Where were you? Where did you stay?
I was at the Palms.
Oh, the Palms? Yeah.
Which cost me way more because I had to get a car to the Strip every day during high convention season.
And also, I hope next year they have it when it's less busy, because the traffic was horrible. I was at the concert and it took me 40 minutes to get a cab each way. They had the Usher concert, Adele, then the Formula One race was happening at the same time. So the traffic was, so I feel like hopefully next year they do it way before the Formula One race, because that traffic was horrible.
Okay, so we know if they do not, everybody, here's some important tips that you're getting. Stay as close as you can to the venue, or figure out where most of the Bravo celebrities are staying so that you can kiki with them in the bar lounge.
Well, they were across 5 hotels. They were at the Four Seasons, Mandalay Bay.
Right.
Some were at my hotel, the Cosmopolitan. And then some were at, I want to say, the Aria as well. And then and the MGM, if I'm not mistaken. So they were spread out across 5 hotels.
The recommendation from some other people were figure out where they're staying and then you can meet up with them at the bar. But you can dispute because you were there. So I will defer. But okay, so those are the tips. Stay close because the traffic will be a nightmare if it's around this time again.
Stay at the Palms, whatever you do. Whatever you do, don't stay at the Palms. I stayed at the Palms because Adrian Malouf used to own the Palms. So I was like, let's do that Bravo tie-in where it's like, okay. Housewives of Beverly Hills, let me stay at the hotel that you own. You're a Malou. Like, that's why I stayed there, because I was like, oh, it's a tie-in. Then it was like, oh, they no longer own that hotel, and I understand why. I would sold that piece of shit too.
It's Latasha, and wasn't there a video or Twitch con during that time as well? Yes, there was. It was a Twitch con happening at the same time.
Oh, very busy.
All 5 of those things at the same time, and traffic, and they had the lane closures, so traffic was insane.
Okay,
and then
everybody, good to know.
Yes.
Next year, I'm staying at the Four Seasons.
Yes.
I'm saving now. I am starting to save now. I'm going to have to sell these plants. I'm saving. This shirt is $4 if you want it. We got to put it all towards the Four Seasons.
See, that's it. Exactly. So Bravocon, right? It's not. I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
My Siri ended up acting up.
Okay. I was like, it's not me. Bravocon is an investment. Like, for people that want to just go as fans, it's like one of your annual trips. It's in the budget as one of your things that you're going to go do. Like, I don't know how often you travel, but it becomes one of those clumps of like a couple of $1,000s. Am I correct?
A couple of $1,000? 5. Minimum.
There you go.
5, like, and this is why we crowdsourced. This is why we crowdfunded, because we spent $1,200 each on general admission tickets, which was twice the price. Twice the price. Then we had hotel. Hotel. Just hotel. That wiped out the $4,700 that was donated automatically.
Right.
We ain't even talk. Ain't nobody gotten on a flight. Ain't nobody eating a $7 chip. Ain't nobody had a sip of water. Not a sip of water.
Right.
Gone. I have to say, I am proud that I said, yes, we need to crowdsource this. I ain't too proud to beg. And if y'all want to call me a beggar. I'll get it tattooed right here. Beggar. Right here, right here. It will make you feel comfortable. There's no other way we could have afforded this.
Right. Well, that's for the content creator.
Creators, there's no way, like, we are not getting, the $4,000 or $5,000, $400,000, $500,000, a month checks that like Logan Paul and the big YouTubers. We ain't getting that. We ain't getting that at all. We're trying to get there, and that means we have to invest in ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, laughing because she knows the truth.
I think that's very realistic, something to content creators out there. If you're preparing to go, this is an investment in yourself. And if you want to, like your patrons, your viewers are your patrons, right? So you want to plan that in advance and know that here's some reality that like the $5,000 that you raised absolutely helped, but it did not cover it. And the reality is you're going to have at least an additional like $1,000. Yes, hotel and food, like all of these things. So as a content creator, there is let me ask you, Brooke, do you feel like what did you feel like you got out of it, right? Like as a content creator going, the exposure, the all of it, right? The investment versus the outcome. How did you feel like that went for you this time?
Oh, I feel like it went amazing. I have zero complaints. I feel like I met who I wanted to meet. I had went last year, so just keeping in touch with people. I think it was great. I think it's always good, the networking. Yeah, I think it was. I have no complaints about that. It's of course it's an investment. I'll never feel a way about an investment in myself and in my brand. So no complaints whatsoever.
I need a little bit more of your confidence.
Oh.
Can you package some of that up in some decent Tupperware and mail it to me? I'll give you my address. I'll pay you for the Tupperware. But send it to me in some good Tupperware because I could use a cup of it.
Are there any other like tips that you want to hand out that you experienced by the way that you navigated, or like Alex, I know that you've talked about a lot of the ways that you were managed to have interactions almost made having VIP irrelevant.
Yes, let's talk about that. Because the people that I knew, and it was through Chris, because Chris knew some people in VIP. Chris knows everybody. Chris knows everybody. He's like, oh yeah, I know. I was like, wait, okay. That's why you're my best friend. Let's go best friend. It's difficult because I went to Bravocon with an intention. I went there to make my mark and make my moment. So I was going to have a VIP experience regardless. Mm-hmm. But if I was not as bold and headstrong and, I'm a stand-up comedian. Like if I was not as well versed in entertainment as I am, I would not have been able to pull the stunts that I pulled. And then VIP would have been worth it. How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Do you feel that VIP was worth it this season? Or
I do. I think I keep kind of going back to last year. I just feel like the Bravo celebrities last year spent more time in the VIP lounge than they did this year. I feel like they had a lot more freedom this year to kind of only spend 5 minutes and then like leave. Whereas last year they were planted and rooted in the VIP.
They were stuck.
I think that obviously I still had a nice time, no complaints, but I do feel like last year they were firmly rooted in the lounge and they made sure to spend adequate time with all the fans and viewers. Whereas here you had some kind of dipping out and, kind of like, okay, I'm here, made my, rounds, and then they just would leave. And I kind of feel like people spent too much money for you just to give 5 minutes, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense. We spent the money. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. I'm low-key glad that, we ended up spending the same money on VIP tickets to get general admission because the tickets are impossible to get.
Yep.
And a lot of people got scammed.
I saw that. And the people who were selling, the scammers who were selling the fake tickets outside of the venue. Did you see that when you're walking in?
Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, they were selling the fake wristbands, and the wristbands didn't even look believable. They're selling fake wristbands. Bravo.
You see, that's how we know the good Lord is looking out for me, because if somebody had scammed me out of Bravocon tickets.
But you would know that it was fake, though. You see some fake wristband that's the off color, and it says Bravo.
And they're like, hold on, let me grab my wristband. Hold on, because I think I'm going to have it like mounted.
Were you able to get tickets easily, or did you have an issue with that? Because I know a lot of people were saying that tickets were very hard to come by from the jump.
The bots, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to answer a few of the questions that's what a wristband's supposed to look like. If you see some crazy wristband saying Bravo, that's totally fake. Do not pass go.
And this is how, and they've pretty much kept with a consistent design where it's like, your wristband will say like 1 day, 3 day, VIP 3 day, VIP 1 day. Like it announces it on the wristband, and then you have to scan this little thing when you actually go in. And like the first day, they're checking your ID. They're making sure that like you're actually the person that's supposed to have the ticket. The second day, it was a free for all. Like if you could take this off, you could have passed it to somebody else.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I brought, like Chris came with me, and then one of my friends from San Francisco came with me. And if I had known that the security was so lax on the second day, I would have like made sure my bracelet was loose enough so I could have passed it to him. I would have tossed that shit over and been like, grab it, go around.
But then again, though, you never know, though, because it's always at times when you try to pull a stunt like that. That's when it's like it's too risky because they have certain checkpoints. Oh, by the way, if you guys go, they have certain checkpoints. So like if you get through one checkpoint, they're gonna get you in another checkpoint. So you don't even want to risk it. Like I saw there was one young lady, her wristband, she had broke her wristband. And she was like, oh my gosh, can I get in? Is it going to work? And so she had to like bring out her ID, everything. She had to look up her email so that they knew that it was her. It was like a mess. It was like but she had broken her wristband and they almost like weren't going to let her in. And she's like, please, like I bought it. It's not fake.
As someone who was in the United States military, as someone who has met a couple of presidents, that was way more secure. When I met, and I hate to say this, please don't hold this against me. Please don't hold this against me. I met President Bush. I was in the Army. It was required. It was not like I went out of my way to meet him. He was the commander-in-chief. That's how that works. He showed up to Fort Drum after we just got back from Afghanistan because I was in during September 11th. So we were boots on the ground. I don't really like to talk about it, but yeah, I ended up meeting him. There was less security After September 11th, when the president was visiting Fort Drum, then there was Bravocon.
No way.
Bravocon had way more security, way more. And this is coming from someone that was in the Army for 4 years. Like, I know, they have a convention out here, the Asian Pacific Business something, like Joe Biden's out here, the president of China is out here, like we've got a whole bunch of dignitaries out here, half the streets are closed down. It is still less security than Bravocon.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
But I also understand because people are crazy.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I also think that that is a part of the prohibitive pricing, because let's just call it prohibitive pricing.
Yes. Let's. Okay, so last year there was double the amount of people, and I counted 7 of us there.
I was about to ask, how many Black people did you see other than me and Chris? Because like other than like you, Kempire, Rodney the Voice, Chris, like, you know, other than like the Black people I knew I was going to see there, how many of us were there?
My mom said she counted 23.
She got that high?
She said she counted 23. She said between us, all the Black content creators, and then it was about 23 of us total, 25,000 people.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bit of it is the tickets were just so fucking impossible to get. And now here is now I'm gonna put out a little conspiracy. Lord, I can't talk. Conspiracy theory. I think there has to be some way they only allow a certain number of tickets per state.
I could see that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, because it's like you saw who was there. There were so many people from Arkansas, from Kentucky, from states that are like, I don't want to say states that don't matter, but states that don't matter. It's like, how did you get here? And you look like you came into town on the egg money. Why are you here? How did you get access to a VIP ticket? How?
Yeah, it's
I'm saying the quiet part out loud.
It's definitely not like we're not in the number. We're like, it was like 0.00000000001% of us.
Wait, no. Well, me and Chris went to the first Bravocon.
Oh yes, how was that?
There were honestly, it was, oh my God, there's so many Black people here. That's how we felt after the first Bravocon.
So the turnout was good.
Like the fact that there were 23. Do you know how many there were at the first Bravocon?
How many?
Me and Chris.
Oh, it was 2. It just stop it.
I will dial him right. You know.
No, stop.
Me and Chris. Yep.
Right now.
So
there might have been one other.
So 2 to 7 to 23. Jeez. Yeah, we were lightly peppered. Lightly peppered is right.
It was way more diverse.
It was noticeable when you see the orange.
First year, me and Chris were the only Black people in the building.
Wow.
At the inception, we were the only ones. I mean, I would say maybe there were 2 others, but when I say 2, I mean 2.
No, of course, yeah. Like
when I say 2, I mean 1, 2.
I understand.
Like I'm not like you think I'm joking.
No, I don't. No. I don't think you're joking at all. Because last year and this year, no, I don't. I believe you.
So this year it was, and I also feel like having it in Vegas, where Vegas entertains you after the event is over, where Vegas has more to offer. It becomes something where it's like, oh, okay, because Black people love Vegas. We love Vegas. We will go for a show. We'll throw a couple dice on the craps table, have a good buffet. Black people love Vegas. That's why I love Vegas. One of my career goals is to have a Vegas residency, you know, the Allegedly show live at the Mirage, and to have my name in those lights, and you know, just my grinning face. No, come on down. We'll have a good 45 minutes of laughs. I'll get there one day. I'll get there one day.
Wait.
I love it because it's a place where I will feel comfortable, because my audience is 85% Black women. Mm-hmm. That's why I do everything that I do on the show. I think of Black women. What will make them comfortable? What will make them happy? What will they enjoy? I know y'all will enjoy coming to Vegas because you can see me, you can go see Usher, you can see Adele. It's like, it ain't all about me. I want you to have a wonderful weekend, and then we can have a nice brunch before we leave.
Yes.
That's one of my career goals. I feel comfortable inviting Black women to Vegas because I know y'all will have fun. Mm-hmm. And white women too, Erin. White women too.
Yes, especially the ones that just happen to be white.
Exactly. That's
right?
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You happen to be white. You are not a white woman. Those are two different things. I am sorry. I misspoke.
Wait, quick question, Alex. Do you want it to stay in Vegas, or do you want it to? Okay.
Yeah, like, we are tri-state people. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's too small. It's too cramped. It's too cold.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Because they always have it like in November, like right before the holidays, after Indigenous Peoples Day. I think they should have it on Indigenous Peoples Day.
No, but I don't think anybody would come though I don't know, Vegas and Thanksgiving in Vegas?
No, that the old what used to be called Columbus Day, that holiday in October. Now we call it Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yes, they did that last year. It was on Indigenous Peoples Day last year in New York. Yeah, that would be a great weekend to do it, I think.
I think so too, because the kids are in school. Mm-hmm. You know, drop them off at grandma's, like mm-hmm. that's fine, because it's mostly like, how many men were there?
There were quite a few.
Well, I have to say, oh my God, the cameramen though. I have to say, why were the cameramen so hot? Yeah. I am going to start taking a cinematography class. Them cameramen was fine as frog's hair.
They were.
Oh God, you agree. I was like, where did all these cute white men come from?
Very handsome.
I mean, they were fun. I was like, what is going on? And then they hold the cameras all day, so they've got the arms and the shoulders. I was like, you are one of the producers at the that producer with the white hair at the small stage?
Yes.
He lives in Los Angeles. I tracked him for migratory purposes.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I'm like, honey, I might marry you. You just don't know it yet. He's like, oh, do you want to ask questions? I got a question for you. I got a question for you, all right. Yeah, I'll ask a question for you. I'll show you I'm easy to work with. Them men was fine.
Very handsome men.
Am I like, thank you for not letting me be alone in this, because if I was, the cheese will stand alone. But was it odd that all them cameramen was fine?
No, I'm not surprised. They knew that all like the women there, like, you know, everyone some eye candy, and they knew what they were doing.
You know, you're right.
Right? Like there's so many single people there. So I'm not surprised.
I definitely was like, what? Like, I'm at work, but damn it. If I wasn't at work, I would have flirted with you. And then there was one guy, and if you happen to be watching the show, if you were from Biloxi, Mississippi, and I met you with your mother, I regret not getting your Instagram. Please call me. Message me on Instagram. I do not remember your name, but you have beautiful brown hair and a beard, and you were fine as frog's hair as well. And I wanted to shoot my shot, but it was in front of your mom, so I didn't know how to not be appropriate, and I was at work. But I should have gotten your Instagram. I should have gotten your phone number. I would have gone to Biloxi just for a weekend, just to visit.
Do you remember his name or no?
Nope.
It's a missed connection.
This is a misconnection, but I know his mom is watching. So, hey, mom, if you watch, you know.
Oh.
If your son is single, now, if he has a happy home, I'm not a home wrecker. Leave him happy. I don't want to mess with none of that. But if he's single, tell him to get in my DMs. Tell him, I work hard. I got a VA home loan. I'm going to be all right. I'll take good care of him. But I gotta say, he was fine. Like, I didn't go to Bravocon expecting to meet somebody, but I was like, "Ooh, I missed that one." Damn.
You never know.
And normally, I'm good at like not missing opportunities like that because I'm 40, so I've missed enough where I'm like, no, I'm gonna shoot my shot because the worst thing you can say is no.
Not Alex doing the sweet tea.
Oh,
Alex,
I'm sorry. No. One, ain't nobody offering him no baby.
I was gonna. No baby.
Two, ain't nobody looking for him to support me. But I would have gone to Biloxi. I would have gone south of the Mason-Dixon. He was fine. And his mom liked me, so I was like, I'm already in. Because Southern men, the mama got to like you first.
Yes.
That is important.
I'm loving your comments, guys. If you see me like looking to the side, I'm looking at you guys in the chat. So don't think that I'm being like weird or anything. You guys have me screaming in this chat. One of you guys asked earlier though if you think that Bravocon is worth it for a fan. I'm just giving you yes, that's what we want. I think that it is. If you love Bravo and you do want to meet these women, I do think that you'd have a great time. It's a fun vacation. It's a good time. The vibe is good. You'll have fun. So I do think it's worth it. Just again, my opinion, my 2 cents. I just wanted to answer the question and let you guys know that I see you guys in the chat.
And I love that you brought that up and asked that because I am terrible. I never look at the chat when I'm on live because I'm like, I have to focus on being entertaining. And it's not that I'm being disrespectful to anybody in the chat. It's like either I can give you a good show or I can be in the chat. Yes. I can't do both. I'm sorry. I'm not that good. Some people are. Some people can do both. I can't do both. I admit it. I'm letting you know here and now.
Oh, I know.
But I'm still learning, guys. So I think it's the same thing would happen to me. But yes.
It was a wonderful experience, and it was so cool where the 23 Black people and the 8,000 white women, we all got along, and we all just bravoed out about our shows. Like, who do you like? Who do you dislike? And like, nobody was visceral. Nobody's like, oh, you don't like Marlo. Yes. It was like, oh, why don't you like Marlo? I would tell people like, oh, Lisa Barlow. Mm-hmm. You like it? But then after I tasted that Vita tequila, after I had a few free rounds, I was like, okay, you know what? The heifer all right with me. And her husband didn't look that malnourished in person.
I told you, John he's pretty cute in person, and he's very nice. He's very nice.
I would have sat on his lap. I would. He is. Okay, I can tell y'all a little bit. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of Alex's business.
Okay, let's hear. A
bit of Alex's business. That is the type of guy that I end up dating.
Okay.
He is the Honda of husbands. You can ride his ass for 250,000 miles without an oil change. He ain't gonna whine, complain. When you're asking to pull over to get McDonald's, he got McDonald's money. Like, don't push him too far. But as long as you don't push him too far and sit on his lap when he asks you to, that's a husband right there. I gotta give Lisa credit on that one. You found your Honda.
Oh, absolutely.
Now I am a Mercedes of a husband.
Of course.
And the fact that you said, yeah, I know. And it's not that I'm high maintenance. I'm not. I maintain myself. Like I've been single, like ever since y'all have known me, I've been single. I've been, doing the show. I take care of myself. But I just want a decent winter coat and a nice sweater every year. That's all I ask. Yeah, I'm high maintenance.
You're expensive to fix. That's what Mercedes are.
Yes, they are. That maintenance is not a joke.
Right?
Maintenance is not a joke.
I cost $42,000 a month.
When it's time to fix you.
Yeah, $42,000 a month. And a lot of men look at that price tag and they're like, "What? Where's the money going? You live in a studio."
Oh, did Candace sing a little ditty for everybody on the side stage? I don't remember her. I don't remember her singing during
we enjoyed Bravocon, so of course she wasn't singing. Where was Drew? Oh, now if Drew had been there, she would have been singing.
Oh, that's right. Drew wasn't there. Interesting.
Well, I'm sure she was probably chasing Ralph and his Floridian secrets. She was probably somewhere in Tampa. What was your best part of Bravocon?
My best part of Bravocon? Oh, I think hands down, seeing Wendy and us having our moment. I think that was my favorite part. And then meeting you and Chris, and like, so that was such a highlight. So yeah, definitely my top 2 highlights.
I am not a part of your top 2 highlights. You talk about people that are important.
Okay.
Like a rose and a thorn.
Like, you definitely are a highlight. Like, I mean, I've been watching you for, I told you.
You're definitely one of mine. You're definitely one of mine.
Thank you. I told you when I started watching you, you came in when that whole mess came on with a certain, and that video, you did an 8-minute video where the read was flawless. You took the video down. I will never forget that video.
I grew up.
Rent-free in my head.
I took the video down because I grew up.
I know, but that video is that's on my Mount Rushmore.
Well, that was a good read.
That read was flawed. It was 8 minutes of you just reading. That was 7 years ago.
No, that wasn't a read. That was sit down home. I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
And and also we got to shout out Cadillac Kimberly.
Yeah.
Cadillac Kimberly.
Yes.
Gave me the spirit to give that read. Now, Cadillac Kimberly and everybody look up Cadillac Kimberly Flirt and Flutter Lash Loft. She is the architect. I am merely a builder upon what she has already done. I got to meet Cadillac Kimberly. She is lovely in real life, but oh my God, that woman, she can read. And so I have to say, where did I get that spirit from? Cadillac Kimberly.
No.
The same place Phaedra got her reads from. When Phaedra said, "Oh, Todd is a toddler," she got that from Cadillac Kimberly.
Wait, I just want to reiterate.
That's the pull-up video.
It's not that video. It's not that one. It's the other one. I'm going to say one word: eviction. That was the video where no, it's not the creator you guys are talking about. It's not the creator you're talking about. It's another, y'all. Let me not start. We're not here for that. But the point is, that's when I fell in love with Alex, and I have been watching ever since. But you know what? I'll tell you guys who Alex was reading in my next live. Okay, I got you. Yes, Abella. Yes,
He will direct you because somebody still has that video up somewhere. Because I pulled it up one day and I was like, "Wait, okay, it's still out here. All right."
Yes, Abella got the right answer. Yes, she got the right answer. Who you were. So anyhow, the Wendy was a highlight. Meeting you, Chris, and all the other Black content creators: Rodney, The Voice, Kempire, Mims, Taria, fabulous.
Next year, the Black content creators, we are all going to get together.
Let's do it.
and do some coverage together.
Yeah.
We weren't able to do that this year because it was such a gamble getting tickets.
I know.
Because Chris and I, we were able to get one general admission ticket for Sunday. Well, 2 general admission tickets for Sunday. But just that one day, we had to buy our tickets aftermarket. We got them off of Vivid Seats or StubHub.
Mm-hmm.
And Fortunately, we didn't get scammed because we went through Vivid Seats or StubHub and just paid twice the price.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Well,
It was the only way that we could even get access.
mm-hmm.
But I can understand, like, because somebody said, oh, why didn't the Black content creators get together and do something? Because none of us knew we were even getting there until we actually got in.
No, and also, I guess we all had different, we didn't collaborate with schedules. So it's like, okay, you're here, I'm running to this, I'm doing this, then this. So it's like, I guess the next time, like you said, we all have to just like collaborate and just like come together. But like, remember, sometimes you go to a panel and then someone's in the lounge. So like, and then I'm in the lounge and you're in the panel. So it's just a lot of schedules are just kind of all over the place.
And then we're trying to have fun. Like my friend from my friend Colin came out with me, and like y'all will have, like, me and Colin are actually working on a series together, so you will get to see Colin soon. But it's like I'm trying to catch up with Chris. Like Chris and I hadn't seen each other in person in a year, so I had to run up and hug him and be like, "Oh my god!" And it's so funny. Like every time because we used to live 6 blocks away from each other. Like we used to like live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now I only get to see him like once a year. And so when like I'm a very emotional person. Chris is not as emotional as I am. And that's why I love him so much, because I need somebody to, calm me down. And also he's why I asked the questions that I asked, because I had a lot meaner questions in my mind. And he's like, you can't say that. You can't get up and ask them that. That would be mean. He's like, Alex, that would be mean. I'm like, I'm not mean. And then he just looks at me. You're not mean. No, you're not mean to me. But you're not mean.
You're delusional.
Oh my God. Nobody asked for a frank assessment of.
Well, if you're not mean, then that's the alternative.
I'm not mean. I'm a New Yorker. I'm just, you do real estate for a couple of years. You've learned you don't pull punches. You're just like, okay, this is what it is.
You were the right amount of fun. You were the right amount of fun shade, and we just need a little nip. We don't need, we don't need to be super rude. Nobody's looking to like, have a moment that way, but those were moments because you took that risk and you had a housewife level of shade.
Right. And that is what he helped me craft. He's like, okay, you can ask that. Because I don't know what I was going to ask Mia first. Oh no, here's a little insider tea. This is one of the disrespectful questions I wanted to ask, but Chris stopped me from. I wanted to ask Wendy, as the most educated woman on your panel, does it frustrate you that these other women don't try to get to your level of intelligence? How is it working with dummies? Now, that shade was not meant for Karen. Like, I should have excluded Karen, but I want to know how you work with Rob Dixon with all them degrees, because I'm like, oh, Lord. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being as educated and intelligent as Wendy and having to deal with the housewives of Potomac. I couldn't. I don't know how she does it. I don't know.
Do you guys think that you have any final thoughts to give anybody for your experience at Bravocon? Any last tips? Any last, like you said, you've given your encouragement.
Mm-hmm. Final tips and thoughts. Yeah. I think that you definitely have to really love Bravo and the shows if you're going to go. If you're just kind of on the fence about it, then you might feel like you wasted your time or your money. So I think definitely encourage, if you're a true blue Bravo stan, definitely go. Definitely just, have fun. I saw some people were nervous, nothing to be nervous about. It's just a good time. It's good vibes. It's good people. And like everybody's so friendly. So you're going to have a great time.
I agree with that. Like it was refreshing to like, again, one of the 23 Black people there, one of the 6 men there.
Yeah.
I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel ostracized. Like everybody was really friendly. We all like, and as after you done spent that kind of money, after you done spent, all you want to do is have a good time. No, there were no Karens. Other than Karen Huger, there were no Karens. White women were on their best behavior. I have to give them credit. I have to give credit where credit is due. They didn't have any racists there. At least not that I felt. Did you have any moments?
No, no. Everybody was. No, I said the thing.
Look, where we really had to be like.
I was like, wait,
wow, it was a whole weekend without racism.
Like, no, they were. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
There were a couple where I'm like, yeah, I know you said nigga, but you ain't bothering me, so I'm fine.
So bottom line is it's a bit of an investment, but the vibe and the energy is fun. And that if you make it, you will have a good time.
Yep.
The vibe is adult summer camp.
Yes.
It really did feel like adult summer camp in Vegas, where it's like, we all just came here. We're trying to have fun. We get to leave our regular lives behind, and we get to take part in being, a Bravo celebrity for the weekend. Because I definitely was a Bravo celebrity for the weekend.
Absolutely. 110%. Oh, the after parties. We had to definitely get tickets.
Wait. The after parties were $500.
Oh, okay.
The Bravocon, we got to talk about this. So you get your ticket.
Yes.
Then you have to buy the add-ons to the Bravo Palooza because they had whole panels that were only open to super VIP or people that purchased an add-on ticket. So you spent $1,200.
Yep, and you spend an additional
VIP.
Yeah.
Then you get to spend more money just to go to the after party.
And then the tapings. I did Watch What Happens Live and the Bravos. So you
$400 each.
I think so, or maybe
That's what they listed it on. That because I was trying to get those tickets because we didn't get our 3-day until the last minute. Like we got those tickets maybe like 13 days before the event.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't have, if you don't have the regular 3-day ticket or this VIP ticket, there's no point in buying the add-on because you can't go unless you have a pass for that day. So if we had only been able to get tickets for Friday and Sunday, any add-on event on Saturday, we couldn't buy tickets to.
Yeah, that's why I don't like, because they're you're right. They really do make sure that you had to buy a wristband because some people were people wanted to buy just the add-ons. And I think that they should allow you to buy add-on. I don't know. I think that at a certain point, they need to give certain things for free. I think that if you buy a VIP ticket, especially, you should get one of the add-ons free. At least you could choose your choice of taping or your choice of one of the day events like Bravo Palooza.
Because they had the Bravo Palooza going on during like the panels, and that's when you got to like schmooze with the Bravo celebrities. We didn't get to do that because not that we wouldn't have spent the money that y'all donated. That's why we asked you for at least y'all have seen now. We went to show up and show out. Because I know a lot of people like, where is this money going? Page 6 will tell you. Page 6 will tell you. But you couldn't even you couldn't buy a Bravo Palooza ticket if you didn't have your 3-day pass. You couldn't get to the Bravo After Dark. I wanted to go to that Bravo After Dark party so bad.
They said it was amazing.
So bad. Yeah. $500. It was $449 plus taxes and fees.
Yep.
And you had to have a wristband to even purchase it. You had to pay to pay. Now you didn't pay it once. We got to make sure you pay again.
Yep. So just keep that in mind that when you go, you do have to, the other extra stuff isn't included. It's just the wristband and then the add-on sold separately. So just an FYI.
So if you want to go to a Bravo Palooza, another $400. You want to go to the live taping?
What? I thought Bravo Palooza was only, I think, $175. They raised it up that much, Bravo Palooza?
Maybe that one was 175, but I know that the taping for the Watch What Happens
Yes.
Live, that was an extra 300 to 400. And like that's Googleable. Like,
but he raised the prices though, because last year was only 125.
yeah, they raised them.
They really trying to nickel and dime. Like they're really trying to squeeze everybody.
Nickel and $500 ain't a nickel or a dime to me.
No. I mean like they're nickel and diming. Like they're not really giving you a whole lot. If that makes, like, you're not getting a lot of extras. Meaning,
Yes.
like I mean it like that. Like,
Yes.
you should be getting more for what you're paying for. I feel, if that makes sense.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like buying a Mercedes. It's like, okay, oh, you want a convertible? Oh, you want tinted windows? Oh, you want some rims?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to do Bravo After Dark? That's another 500. Like, if the tickets had been like actually accessible and me and Chris were able to buy access to everything that we wanted to, we would have spent $4,000 just on getting in the door.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I just don't like how they don't have like free like drinks for certain things. They know that you do get a free drink at Bravopalooza.
Oh, what, one free drink? We didn't even get a sip of water at the convention.
They know they had free soda at the in the VIP lounge.
I didn't get VIP tickets. They had free, so for VIP for $1,200 you get a free drink.
So like
you get a free soda.
Pepsi. I got free Pepsi, free Coke, and
free Pepsi. What is? I'm sorry. What in the Pizza Hut hell is going on? Free Pepsi. I'm sorry. That just takes me back to 1989 when I was 8 years old, and my mom would take me to Pizza Hut so I could get my personal pan pepperoni with some Pepsi, and she'd go to the salad bar.
No, but all in all, though, I did have a great time, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. And I think it was worth it. I mean, I met you, I met everybody that I wanted to meet, so I think I had a great time. You know,
I had a great time as well. I cannot wait to go next year. I feel like a burner. I feel like a burner. I feel like this is my Burning Man.
Yes.
This is like the one thing that I'm like, I get to meet different people. I get to hang out. I get to be me and ask shady little questions, and everybody applauds.
Yes.
I will say I love Bravocon so much because I got to be me and nobody minded.
Yes. You can be your full self and just have the best, and nobody's judging. You're all having I think it's a good time. It's definitely an experience like no other. And I had a great time. And I'll end it on that. I'll end it on a good note. End it on a high note.
On a high note.
On a high note.
All right. I feel very thoroughly informed now.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this fabulous conversation. Thank you to the delightful Brooke Ashley. Thank you to our wonderful moderator, Erin. And girl, you were on your Barbara Walters this episode. You moderated the fuck out of this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you, the Brooke Ashley.
So nice to meet you too, Erin. Thank you.
Well, we will see you all soon for something.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. You guys.